So, hello everyone, and welcome to the YouTube debut of Doki Doki Doomed by Design. With us in chat, we do have the developer FluffyDev, and she's gonna be kind of along for the ride with us while we have this experience. I am so excited. I love Fluffy's work. I really, really do. I will probably be doing a Let's Play of her previous mod Behind Closed Doors after we finish this one. So I'm ready to get started. I'm sure y'all are ready to get started. So let's do this. You're not in trouble. Please don't worry. I just need to know what happened. Tell me what you remember. Oh my. Okay. So this is a new start. Oh gosh. So we're gonna go ahead and save already. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, Alright, so let's try this first. Oh, Sayo.
I was tied to a bed. I didn't know what he wanted or why.
Oops.
But he said I was going to die. I was so scared.
Did you see his face?
He was wearing a mask. I recognized his voice, but I didn't know where it was from. And then everything started to fade.
Even the most minor detail could be important. Please, don't leave anything out.
Did I do something wrong?
No, of course not. You're not in trouble. Please, don't worry. I just need to know what happened. Tell me what you remember.
It was a bit of a scary morning.
Oh, I love this music, Fluffy. This is so cool. I like this variation. Okay, this is awesome. I'm like, I'm fangirling like crazy right now.
I just had breakfast and returned to my room to get ready for school. As I finished getting dressed,
My Sayo is not working this morning. Hang on, I need a drink of water.
the doorbell rang and I went to answer it. A tall figure stood in the doorway, dressed in black. They didn't say anything, just pushed past me and slammed the door.
Yes. How's that? Better? Oh, Madam Fluffy. It's quiet? Okay. Bear with me here. You can hear it a bit. Okay, so it is like exploding in my ears. So I'm going to pull that back. Bring this up. Okay, how's that? If I need to do more, I can pull it up in OBS. In fact, let me do that. First stream is always a bit of a thing. So I apologize for the delay. That's perfect. Marvelous. Okay.
They didn't say anything, just pushed past me and slammed the door. I panicked, running back upstairs to hide in my room.
Oh God, that almost jump scared me.
A short time later, the stranger appears in the doorway. He's clutching something in both hands. It seems to be a rope. What do you want?
I want to erase you.
A male voice? One I faintly recognized.
Voice has gone echoey. Don't say that. No. Yeah, well, we've had issues with echo before. How is this? Are we better? That's definitely troubling. I don't like that. How about now? What about you, Dorito? Is this the same echo that? Have I lost everybody? Hello? Chat, are you still with me? Hopes that it would fix the echo. No voice. Okay. How about now? And how bad is the echo? Sincerely apologize. This is a first stream. So there's bound to be a little bit of trouble back, but echoey. Okay. Let's see. Wait a minute. I wonder. you're not going to be able to tell right away. Did this help? I just kind of tinkered with one of the sound outputs. Is this better? At all? It's better that we work out these kinks before we get too far in. No echo? I got it! I fixed it! Yay! Okay, so that is how that happened. Now I know, and I feel so much better now because it's been driving me absolutely nuts. Okay, my wife was the first between us to do a Let's Play, and we just recorded it. We did not go live. I know! You! FluffyDev! Ah! But when my wife did hers, there was this god-awful echo. And I'm not kidding. I tried 3 different audio editing softwares. I tried 2 different video editing softwares trying to get rid of the damn echo. And it just wouldn't go away. So now that I know what caused it... Okay, sorry. Fangirling over. Let's get back to the scary.
One I faintly recognize, but I can't identify it. Without another word, he grabs my arm and ties the rope around my wrist. I try to pull away, but the grip only grows tighter. He soon captures the other arm, binding them together behind my back. I can't see what he's doing behind me, but when I try to wriggle away, I find myself pinned in place beside the bed. What are you doing? The figure presses a gloved finger to his lips, his voice sharp and harsh. He steps back, staring at me for a moment.
Yes, that will do. Do you see that?
He points to the air conditioner above my head, and I turn to stare at it. Yeah?
When a furnace is broken, carbon monoxide leaks through all the related ventilation systems. It has no scent, no visible presence. The only sign of poisoning is a decline in health. And everyone will think it's an accident. Let's just say your heating system is currently in disrepair.
Why?
You need to disappear. They all do.
They?
Yes.
What does... Before I can even finish my sentence, he's gone from the room. The bedroom door closes. I faintly hear my front door slam downstairs. Silence. One of my cousins nearly died from carbon monoxide poisoning when his heater malfunctioned. He had to be hospitalized for a few days. If I can get to my phone, I can ring Monica, let her know that I'm in trouble. Where did I last leave it? On my desk! Oh, there's no way I can reach that from here. I shift and wriggle, trying to pry my hands out of the rope, but only succeed in gaining mild burns. Help! Knowing I won't get out of this on my own, I begin to loudly call for help. Maybe the walls are soundproof. Nobody can hear me, but it's better than doing nothing. A pit of nausea builds in my stomach, far stronger than the usual anxiety sickness.
What is that? What are you doing? Spontaneous emoji.
Pushing firmly against the bed, I manage to shift to my knees, but an overwhelming wave of dizziness hits me and I fall again. Is it just me? Or is the world starting to grow hazy? I curl up in my fixed spot, my stomach lurching. But things were just starting to get better. Monica promised to come with me for moral support during counseling. The sessions are really helping. I made her swear not to tell MC about my depression. It would make him worry.
Alright, what's up, dude?
She's actually started including topics about sadness and venting so that I can project my emotions into my writing. It's rather cathartic and stops me from bottling things up. Imagine the kind of poem I'd write about a situation like this. If I should die today, I think I'd like to say that the person I am now is the role I'd love to play. It's getting harder to breathe. I'm so tired. But I have to stay awake. Help!
Ooh.
Oh? Just as I start to fade, everything becomes clear again. Beautiful blue butterflies flutter around me, landing softly in my hair and on my limbs, tickling my arms with their little feet. I brush my fingers across the textured bark of the log before me, enjoying the sensation beneath the tips. The ambience here is so calming. I can't remember a time before I was in this forest. Gentle moonlight streams down, bathing me in a faint glow. Small mushrooms decorate the scenic piece, pure white or dusty black, and seemingly topped with glitter. There's magic in the air, and a sprinkle of fairy dust dancing through the trees. It seems to whisper my name, swirling and spiraling in the mild breeze. Sayori. I find myself laughing, a bubbly sweet sound that echoes around the area. Honestly, I haven't laughed like this in forever. It feels so liberating. A tiny wolf pup scampers by me, looking over with vivid sapphire eyes. It lifts its face to the moon and opens its mouth, but the sound that comes out is not a howl. It's my name again, distant yet close, soft and mellow as it carries on the air.
Sayori.
I giggle, taking a few steps toward it. What do you want, Wolfie?
Hear me, Sayori.
Catches my gaze again, unblinking. Hear you? I can hear it perfectly. Doesn't it realize that? As the wolf repeats its words, fairy dust chimes in with a
Let's look that one up. I like to consider myself very eloquent, and a vocabulary that is way more verbose than it should be, but I don't know this word. I am officially adding this to my vocabulary, because that word is fantastic. Mellifluous. That's what I thought. Sweeter, musical, pleasant to hear. Okay. Nice. I learned a new word today, FluffyDev. Thank you.
with a mellifluous trill. Come up, Sayori.
Hear me, Sayori.
A large fluffy owl lands on a branch a few trees away, hooting softly.
Boy, you're really You wrote this for a voice actor, didn't you? Testing my repertoire for sure.
I can make out words within the noise.
Can you?
Can I? What? I don't understand, Alfred.
Sayori, can you hear me, Sayori?
The fairy dust, wolf, and owl all harmonize, each repeating the phrase they seem to favor. Each repeat grows louder, almost drowning out all other sounds. The only thing I can hear is my heartbeat. Tat-tat, tat-tat, tat-tat.
Sayori, can you hear me, Sayori?
Come up, Sayori. Agonizing pain suddenly sears through my head, and I begin to retch. My body shuddering as I hug myself tightly. My voice won't come.
Sayori, can you hear me, Sayori?
Come up, Sayori. I close my eyes and curl up, willing the voices to go away. But they only grow louder and louder and louder, until suddenly they merge together.
Sayori, come on, get up, Sayori. Can you hear me, Sayori?
Mm-hmm.
Sayori?
MC is holding me in his arms, looking down at me with panic in his eyes. What?
You're alive. Thank God. You didn't come to the club. I was worried about you. You've been doing so well with getting up on time that I knew something was wrong when you didn't show. It was really stifling in here. I opened the windows for a bit. They're closed again now. It was getting cold.
Closed again? He's going to get sick too. MC, we need to get outside.
Huh?
I'll explain soon. Just hurry. Luckily, he doesn't ask further questions. Just scoops me up like a puppy and carries me downstairs before pushing the door open with his foot and walking outside. Some guy broke into my house this morning. Well, he didn't break in. I opened the door for him, but I didn't know who he was until I did. I didn't know who he was even after I did. He was wearing a mask and gloves and...
Sorry, slow down. Start from the beginning.
All right. I tell MC everything from this morning to now.
Carbon monoxide poisoning? I thought you'd, relapsed. Done something stupid.
No, but thanks for your concern. I've actually been doing pretty well.
Are you okay?
Not really. I'd feel better if I at least knew why someone tried to kill me. And it's not safe to go into the house until the leak is dealt with.
I'll call the cops and bring them down here to investigate. You can stay at mine in the meantime.
Thank you. It takes a while for the police to arrive, so we sit on the garden wall and MC cuddles me against his chest. He's the best big brother.
Hello, my name is Detective Faye, and this is Officer Mahoney. There's been a number of suspicious cases in the area. We're gathering information, so do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
I shouldn't have answered the door, but I didn't know there was a scary man on the other side.
You're not in trouble. Please, don't worry. I just need to know what happened. Tell me what you remember.
It was a bit of a scary morning.
Wow! Oh my God, that was intense. That was so intense. Oh, oof. What's next? Jeez. I'm loving this so far. I am absolutely loving this so far. Oh, man. Okay. So, let's see. Surrounded by flames, ready to kill. So, is each of these a different Doki? Is this gonna send me into someone else's POV? Because that would be exciting as hell. Oh, Fluffy. Okay, well, there's only one way to find out. We were surrounded by flames. I knew it! Okay. Yeah, I was asking if each one of these is a perspective and if it was going to send me into a different POV, but I answered the question myself.
My Natsuki is rough. We were surrounded by flames. I knew it was my fault, but I was scared. If I hadn't fallen asleep, none of this would have happened.
Oh, no worries. Please, don't blame yourself. Can you start from the beginning?
Yes, I'll tell you everything. It was a normal day, just a regular Tuesday before school. I left my house and was on my way there when my father called out from behind me.
Hey, come back. Left your lunch behind.
This was a little confusing.
Okay, I need to pin down my Natsuki.
This was a little confusing since he didn't usually make me lunch. But I returned anyway.
Hey, sweetie. You forgot to give your old dad a kiss before you left.
Oh, so that's what it was. I should have known.
Well?
His tone shifted from soft to impatient. I knew I was on thin ice. Papa and I don't exactly have the best relationship. We have some issues at home. I leaned up to press a kiss to his cheek, hoping that would suffice. He gripped my face firmly in his hand and turned my head, landing the kiss on my lips. Stunned, I pulled away like I'd been burnt. Luckily, he didn't seem to notice.
Have a great day, Cupcake.
Mm-hmm. Waited until he was out of sight, then wiped my mouth with my sleeve. Gross. But I was kind of used to it. I guess you could say that playing along was lesser of the two evils. It stopped me from getting hurt. Sometimes. With that nauseating exchange out of the way, I made my way to school and thought no more about it. Sayori wasn't at the club when I arrived, but Yuri and MC had settled down in their usual spots.
Oh, that's unique.
He was playing a game on his laptop, cleverly hidden behind the pages of a large open book. Well, almost hidden. The fact the book was upside down might have given him away. Morning, MC! What level are you on?
I just beat... MC's about to have a bad time. I love this reference. I just beat under... don't you mean what chapter?
I gave him a mischievous smile and turned the book the right way, and settled into my seat without another word. MC and I have been friends since he joined the club last month. We always tease each other and hang out. It's a lot of fun. He's dating Monica, but I feel like he was forced into it. She could be a bit of a control freak when it comes to getting what she wants, and I'm not gonna lie, he's cute. But there's a code. You don't make a move on your best friend's guy. So, we're just friends, and I'm fine with that. Not so sure he is.
I've seen him flirting with Sayori a few times, and Yuri has a nasty burn on her hand from when he cuddled up behind her while she was making tea. Wow, okay, so these all... I'm starting to... Okay, sweet. Whoa! Hi, Sayori! Has she been there the whole time? Okay, moving on. It's boy in a room full of girls. What did Monica expect? Sure, she claimed him as hers pretty early on, but I don't recall him actually agreeing to it. Speaking of Monica, I don't see her anywhere. She might be practicing piano again. I think I can hear the soft melody of keys from somewhere down the corridor. After a moment of waiting, I grow bored. Leave my seat to settle by the manga closet. Yuri comes to join me, offering a warm smile as she settles.
Mind if I sit here too?
Not at all. She props herself up with her back against the wall and pulls a leather-bound book from her bag and opens it in her lap. Markov again.
Actually, something much darker. I'm reading about the Salem witch trials. They used to make witch hunting into a sport of sorts. It had many stages, and each were equally gruesome.
That sounds horrible.
It is. I won't go into detail, but one of the executions involved asphyxiation and prolonged damage to the cerebral cortex.
Cool.
They also used to burn them.
Monica pipes up cheerfully as she enters the room, giving us both a smiling greeting before going to the front of the club to do whatever it is she does.
That's right. I'll be happy to discuss it with you once I've completed the record.
Yuri lightly pats the book, which I assume is what she's referring to. Great! I'm looking forward to it. Since the conversation seems to be over, I crawl to the corner and select my favorite manga from the bottom shelf. But before I lose myself in the pages, something occurs to me. Hey, Monica!
Yes?
Monica walks over to the sound of her name, crouching in front of me so we're about the same height. Where's Sayori today? Do you know?
I haven't seen her either. I was hoping you'd have some insight on that. Maybe she's not feeling well, or she got tied up in something and couldn't get away.
Nice, Monica. Okay, all right. I'll drop by her house later, make sure she's okay.
That sounds like a plan. Please, let me know how it goes.
Will do. Monica. Oh, man. Monica leaves again, and I curl up on the floor, lay the manga on my knees, fall into the story. An hour later.
Natsuki! Wake up, hon! Hey, are you feeling okay? You dozed off while reading. I didn't want to disturb you.
I look around the club room, finding that we're the only ones here. What time is it? 4:30. 4:30? So I'm an hour late for dinner. Dad's excuse for not giving me a lunch to eat at school is that he'll cook for me when I get home. He rarely does, but if I get home on time, then I can at least make my own. Alright, I gotta go. Where's my phone? As I reach for my phone, it lights up. There are tons of missed calls and messages, each text more vulgar in nature than the last. Monica puts her hand over mine and shakes her head gently.
I don't want you going home to that. When you told me about your father, I didn't think it was this bad.
Where else am I supposed to go?
You're right.
It's true. I don't want to go back to my father. It's not like I can run away.
Well, I'll
have to kick my brother out of his room, ask him to sleep on the couch, but he's a reasonable guy. He'll understand. It's settled. You're staying with me until this is sorted out. Monica. I feel tears threatening to spill as I hear her reassuring words. I don't deserve this kindness. We'll take the back door out of the school so he doesn't see us, all right? All right. We make our way to the door. Monica tries to push it open, but seems to fail. Ugh, it's locked. I half expected that. It's the fire door after all. No worries. We'll use the entrance, but we'll be extra quiet. I kind of wish she wasn't going to such efforts to sneak around the school. It's making me anxious. We walk to the other side of the corridor and try the entrance door. Locked. That's locked too? I've never been in school this late before. I guess they lock the doors after a certain time? That's fine. I'll ring my brother and get him to pick us up. Monica pulls out her phone and stares at it in dismay. Now, it's really not a good time for the battery to die. She shows me the phone. Screen faded and power warning flashing. Use mine. As I reach for my own cell, it starts to ring loudly. Father, you don't have to answer it. I've got a valid excuse for not coming home. Maybe it'll be okay. Oh, go ahead and send it, Goruto. If it's something troubling, we're gonna take, like, probably a 5-minute break coming up here relatively soon, so go ahead and send it to me. I'm more scared of what'll happen if I don't answer. Without further hesitation, I accept the call. Hi, Dad. Where the hell are you? I expected you home hours ago. I'm locked in school. My mind goes blank. What if I explain why I'm stuck here? Still my fault because I fell asleep. Monica tugs the phone out of my hand, her lips pulled into a tight line. I pray she doesn't say anything to make things worse. Hi, Mr. Yasaha? Mr. Yasashi? Yes, goodness gracious. Hi, Mr. Yasashi? Who is this? I'm a friend of golly. I'm a friend of Natsuki's. I'm locked in with her. We met when you came into the club one time. Do you remember? Yes, when he barged into the club room after finding the stash of manga under my bed. You're the one who took my daughter away from me. What? No, that's not it at all. Don't say another word. I see how it is. Well, Monica and I both stare at the phone in silence, waiting for his next statement. It comes as a loud, maniacal snarl. If I can't have her, nobody can. Line goes dead and I feel like I'm about to join it. I won't let him hurt you. As the president, but more importantly as your friend, it's my job to protect you from harm. This is a less than favorable situation, but we'll be out of it soon. Give me the phone. I'll call my brother. I hand the phone over and begin pacing the corridor anxiously, listening to the faint ringing at Monica's ear. He's not picking up. Looking dejected, she hands the phone back. Well, looks like we're stuck here. Let's go back to the club room. I feel like something is going to jump out at us any second. Good idea. At least it isn't dark yet. That's something. I can tell when she's attempting to boost my spirits, and I offer a warm smile in return. There are worse people to be locked in school with. Monsuki confirmed. I love Yuri to bits, but I swear she'd sacrifice me to Satan if she were here. Alright, Gordo. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yo-yo, yeah, you can watch the recording whenever I'm done. Or, you know, if you could manage to come back before it's over. Either way, buddy, take care. We settle on the desks, chatting about various things and discussing the next topic for tomorrow's club. I feel myself starting to relax again, lightly kicking my feet as we talk. That is... Ooh. Very nice. Oh. Oh, that's creepy. That is, until I spot a shadow outside the window. Monica! What's wrong? Look! I point at the window, but the shadow was gone when Monica looks. It was right there. Someone outside the window. You're just being paranoid, hun. Nobody's coming to get you, I promise. And even if there was someone, they're locked out. So try to relax, okay? Yeah. It's probably a trick of the light. I'm very on edge, so it's not unreasonable to think I'd imagine someone trying to get in. A few minutes pass as we continue talking, though I keep an eye on the window. I think I'm getting a stress migraine. Hey, do you have any coffee? I think I'm getting a migraine, and apparently caffeine is a cure for that. It so is. Oh my gosh, what I always do if I start having a migraine is I'll take like 3 Excedrin with a full cup of coffee and just chug it. And usually that takes care of it. Oh, is your head hurting? No? But I can smell something. Whoa, wait a minute. I can smell something weird. Come to think of it, so can I. It's a kind of smoky smell. Smoky. Maybe there's a bonfire across the street or something. Yeah, that's probably it. Monica? What's wrong? Fire! I barely have time to react before a whoosh comes and the flames tear into the clubroom. Okay, don't panic. Get onto the table. I'm going to try and break the window. Monica grabs a chair with shocking strength. She whacks the glass. It doesn't break, it doesn't even fracture. You're not getting out! A crazed voice shouts from outside, and to my horror, I recognize it. Father! I hope you choke before you die, you little bitch! How dare you leave me! You're no longer my daughter. He set the school on fire because I didn't come home. I've always known he was a bit unstable, but this is insane. Feels like a horrible nightmare, too surreal to be reality. What have you done? I can barely form the words. They catch in my throat and bring tears to my eyes. Monica has covered her mouth with her sleeve, but she's coughing loudly. I look of panic in her eyes. I stare at her. A tiny whimper escaping. I'm sorry. I should have... I can't say anything else. A coughing fit overtakes me, too. It's getting so smoky in here, I can barely breathe, let alone see. I'm going to die. Monica's going to die. And it's all my fault. Oh. Can you hear me? What's her name? Natsuki. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. I sit up, open my eyes, looking around. There's a police officer sat with Monica and one knelt by my side. You're safe now. Don't worry. What? It's okay. Don't try to speak. Someone across the street reported suspicious activity, so we came to investigate. Our team is still looking for the culprit, but rest assured, we'll catch them. My name is Detective Faye. This is Officer Mahoney. You're not in trouble. Please don't worry. I just need to know what happened. Tell me what you remember. We were surrounded by flames.
I knew it was my fault, but I was scared. If I hadn't fallen asleep, none of this would have happened.
Please, don't blame yourself. Can you start from the beginning?
Yes, I'll tell you everything.
Holy moly! Oh my goodness gracious, this mod! Whew. Alright, I am going to, we're gonna take maybe like a 5-minute break and keep going, but this is just sensational. I am absolutely loving this so far. But anyway, let's see, it is 56, so yeah, about at the 1 hour mark for the stream. We'll come back and finish what appears to be probably Yuri's route. So, see you in a moment. And welcome back. Hello, everyone. All right, let's keep going. This story is just absolutely incredible, Fluffy. True to your quality of output, we'll say. I mean, this definitely is holding my attention way better than even Behind Closed Doors did. I am absolutely loving this mod so far. So if you can confirm for me you are back, we'll get going. You're fine. Like, oh gosh. I swear it's hilarious. You know, if someone had told me a week ago, "Hey, by the way, you're going to meet the developer of Behind Closed Doors on the Reddit and y'all are going to get to be really good friends and you're going to debut her new mod on YouTube." You're not the only one. Alright, so let's get back to it. They were ready to kill. Thank goodness, at least her voice I've got. They were ready to kill. I could hear the awful things they were chanting, and I thought I was going to die. When did all of this start? Do you know of anyone that might have caused it? It started this morning, but I didn't think it was anything more than a childish prank. Here's how it began. What about my voice? I mean, it's just my voice. I am not used to covering this many characters back to back like this. So you are testing my capability for sure. Like, the only real voices I have been comfortable with is pretty much every Doki except Natsuki. So you're gonna, especially since Behind Closed Doors is probably gonna be the next mod that we do, you are going to definitely get get me streamlined on that one too. So I definitely appreciate the practice. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm not cute. Thank you so very much. Oh gosh. Okay, so now that I am every shade of crimson, I have an interest in the occult, so anything to do with summoning and rituals is fascinating to me. But the last thing I expected when I left the house was to see a pentagram painted on the floor in front of it. I assumed it was the children on our street getting up to mischief. They've done minor things like throw eggs at the windows on Halloween before, and they're always playing football against the wall. Thinking nothing of it, I just made my way to school. When I arrived, there was no sign of Sayori, or Natsuki, nor Monica. MC was inconspicuously hiding his laptop behind a hardback encyclopedia, but he looked up and winked at me as I walked by. Found myself blushing, giving a shy smile in return before settling in my seat to read the new tome I've acquired. After a while, and while I was ensnared in the most visceral anecdote, Natsuki entered the room. She greeted MC and moved to sit by the manga closet, so I decided to join her. My phone began to purr at me, and I paused to examine the luminous screen. Who are all these hateful messages from? I feel my heart racing as I scroll through the catalog of abusive subjections. You have Yuri on lock. Thank you. I mentioned being verbose earlier. This is, I think like this. Muting it and returning it to my pocket, I move to accompany Natsuki on the floor. I hope I can pique her interest with talk of Salem and their cultural delusions. An hour later. As I stand up, I see Natsuki sleeping soundly. I resist the urge to drape my blazer over her as a blanket, knowing it'll only have negative repercussions. Monica seems too enthralled in writing as I walk by her, but raises her head when I pass. Oh gosh, yes, I just... Yes. Like like I said, I literally think in Yuri. Um, I've been verbose pretty much my entire life. I was a heavy reader when I was younger. It got not so good when I got older, but I was very into reading and learning new words. And anytime I came upon a word that I didn't know, like mellifluous, I would immediately look it up and add it to my vocabulary. Yuri is just absolutely freaking fantastic. In Kronos' mod Abridged, there's a sequence where during a poem exchange, MC asks Yuri for her poem, and she hands him a thesaurus, and he says, "Wait, is this your poem?" And she, "Oh no, you need this." And it's so perfect. Like in the mod, Kronos has Yuri basically explain that in her work she refuses to use the same word twice. So as she uses a word, she'll cross it out of the thesaurus and find a different word instead. And just it. Love you, Kronos. I know you hate that mod, but darn it, we love it too. Okay. I gestured at Natsuki in a way that suggests she stay quiet, as not to wake her. A fond smile appears on Monica's lips, and she nods, pressing a finger to them. I check my phone again, relieved. If you haven't seen it or played it, I strongly recommend it, because it is my favorite comedy mod, hands down. Kronos hates it. He declares it's a complete shitpost. But it's just so funny, and the satire for each character is so ridiculously accurate. It's just, there is something for every Doki fan to love in that mod. I laughed so hard I cried the first time, and I have since played through Abridged once, and I have also watched several other Doki tubers, including Zero, go through the mod, and I think Zero's Let's Play of it is probably my favorite, because he's got Kronos there in chat the whole time. So he's kind of like you and me are doing right now. He's getting instant feedback. And it's a really good Let's Play. So Afro Zero, his Let's Play of Abridged, check it out, because the mod is just freaking great. Okay. It seems that whatever plagued me this morning has subsided. MC's already left, so I consider my farewells concluded and leave the club room myself. When I arrive at home, I turn the lights on, but the room remains as black as a moonless night. I don't allow any natural light in, it ruins the ambience. But faux light provides a soothing glow, one I'm dearly missing at present. Is the power out? It would be dangerous to feel around the walls. I have a rather ornate selection of knives lining each corresponding panel. Oh dear. For artful decor, of course. Maybe the fuse box is blown. I'll light some candles and check it. I stumble through the house and into the kitchen, feeling my way along the cupboards until I catch the familiar wolf head engraving of my favorite handle. Each cupboard has its own carved iron handle, ranging from Canaday to Feliday. Here we go again. Let's go to Google. This is just awesome. This is probably the most accurately written Yuri dialogue I have encountered, possibly ever. Okay, well that got me nowhere. That got me to pet food. What? I know I spelled it right. Dude, like, seriously, what? I'm so confused. Oh, thank you very much. My wife behind me looked it up. Okay. What about the other one? I greatly appreciate my wife. She's so helpful. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you, baby. Okay. Ranging from Canidae to Pelidae to Reptilia with open mouths. I used the wolf head for the candle drawer, because wolves bay by the moon, and the light is their summons. Pulling it open, I retrieved several candles and a box of matches. Cold wax feels soothing against my skin, reminding me of the last time I used them. It was an icy night and I couldn't sleep, so I gathered a collection of candles and used them like icing pipettes, trailing a path of melting wax across the paper I'd laid out. Ended up with some beautiful designs, mostly swirls and spiderwebs. At one point, I even took to carving a candle into the shape of a hissing cat and using it to stamp the melted wax, so I had my own seal. Perhaps... Uh-oh. Fluffy? I found our first problem. What are you trying to say here? Perhaps. There's always one, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what you were going for here. Usually I'm pretty good about... Oh, thank you, baby. So my wife comes over my head and just literally blocks out the aisle with her finger. Perhaps the club activity will be writing letters one day, and then I'll be able to use it. Oh, okay. It's alright. It's alright. We got it. I strike a match, and a warming glow radiates from the newly created flame. Silence is deep and rich, promising to envelop me if I close my eyes. Maybe I'll let it. There's nothing I need to do for a while. It becomes easier to see when your vision is revoked. Just like you can hear more when your ears are covered. Wait. Nanny? No, I should fix the power before relaxing. Well, maybe just a few minutes. I blow the match out and allow the darkness to claim my willing mind. It's in there! I gasp as a banging starts... Fluffy? Did we get too excited writing Yuri? And that's why all the mistakes are here. I'm just gonna move forward with a guess. I gasp as a banging shakes my window and loud voices break the silence. We know you're in there, witch! Witch? No kidding. Huh.
Well, then that's my mistake. I apologize.
Could this be related to those messages from earlier? It seems too sinister to be mere jest. I stay silent, slinking back to the living room. My fingertips caress the walls, searching until they meet their target. Easing a knife from the display, I hold it defensively to my chest. Come out and face your sins! We see your cursed sorcery! Guys, it's 2020. You can't hide forever, witch! The voices build into a chorus, intertwined with the frantic pounding of my heart. My own voice is barely a whisper as I sink to the floor and hug my knees, still firmly gripping the knife. I'm not a witch. My window shatters, scaring the essence of life from my inert form. I drop the knife, leap to my feet, run blindly through the house, patting the walls with open palms until I locate the handle of my back door. There she is! I juggling courses, the relentless and spikes them into motion as I hear the rocks calling grow closer. Get her! Burn the witch! Drown her! As I run, my bag falls from my shoulder and a variety of items spill out. My curse, a few pens, a stray of Salem book, a crucifix. I can't stop to collect them, not now. School should be just up ahead. If I can make it there, then I'll be able to climb up to the roof until they go away. I've done it before and escaped with just a few scrapes. The scars, proof of my achievement. But the smell of smoke distracts me from my internal reverie, and I stare at the building in confusion. There's nowhere to run, witch! I glance behind, gasping as I realize that the pursuing crowd have actual pitchforks and torches. How has nobody on the street noticed this? If you commune with the devil, you have to face the consequences. No further time to spare. I let alone contemplate. I'd head towards the thick plumes of smoke surrounding my school. And thundering of footsteps advances, gaining on me with every step. I'm gonna need you to include me with a proofread credit. Just kidding. I've read about things like this. There are still societies in the world that hunt witches, those who believe they are witches. But I've never even looked into things like that, let alone joined any covens. How did these deluded people find me? Why are they talking as though they're from the era where execution was acceptable? Oh, fangirl noises. Thank you. You really don't have to. I was really kidding, but thank you very much. I take a detour from the path, hoping to lose them. MC's house comes into view, and I quickly debate if he'll be home or not. It's worth a try. When I start to pull the gate, I find myself cornered, pinned up against the fence by the mob. The sky turns gray, casting an ominous hue across the sinister scene. In a class of thunder, a gentle rainfall begins to cascade onto the baying crowd. Sound causes them to look up, confused by the sudden change in weather, and I break away during the distraction. I don't even pause to think, let alone breathe. I sprint towards the school as the chase begins again. As I race inside, I make my way to the nearest classroom and collapse inside, panting hard.
Yuri?
Natsuki! Monica! I attempt to gesture behind me, but it's difficult to speak and convey my evident distress at the same time. This is Detective Faye. Monica introduces the officer nearby. I hadn't noticed them until now. Good afternoon. We're going to vacate the premises as soon as we've received confirmation that it's safe. But until then, I'd like to ask you a few questions. What brings you here? You're not in trouble. Please don't worry. I just need to know what happened. Tell me what you remember. I was being chased by these people. They were ready to kill. I could hear the awful things they were chanting, and I thought I was going to die. When did all this start? Do you know of anyone that might have caused it? It started this morning, but I didn't think it was anything more than a childish prank. Here's how it began. Whoa! Okay, so at the point we're at right now, I have to ask you, would there have been any differences, changes, what have you, had I picked things in a different order? Because it doesn't seem like there would have been, but I'm curious. Okay, that's what I figured. Okay, cool. So I should have realized. I thought that the attack on Sayori was just a random occurrence, but when the fire started the day after, I started to suspect something was wrong. Sayori didn't come in that day, since she was still traumatized from the experience. I ended up making excuses, saying that maybe she was tied up in something. Of course, MC knew why she wasn't in. He was just checking if I did. We ended up distrusting each other thanks to the strange happenings. So, you think it was a targeted attack on all three of you? On all four of us. Natsuki was a target too, though I don't think that was the original plan. How so? The attempts on our lives were localized around this area and focused solely on our group. When Natsuki's father called her and spoke to me, he said that I was trying to take her away from him. According to Sayori, her assailant spoke of them when he was rigging up the house to kill her. You believe they're all connected? Yes. I think Natsuki's father attempted to kill the three of us, then added Natsuki in as an afterthought. But why would he murder 4 schoolgirls, one of which is his own daughter? What's the motive?
Because he's possessive of me. When he found out that I have friends, he tried to convince me to discard them. Of course I refused. They're my friends, and I'm not giving them up for anyone. I thought he'd let it slide. Didn't mention it again. I barged into the club room the day after, tell me off about something.
That's when he'd have seen us all. Yes, everyone was present that day, except MC, who was off sick.
So, that's when he picked his targets.
Yes, I believe so. Witch hunters would be a hard one to link to him, if not for the fact that they sold him out when they were detained. Yes, they told us that Itami Isashi had hired them for 1,000 yen to find and kill a witch in the area. And if I hadn't gotten away, I'd have been a cadaver. We suspect that Itami is the culprit for the arson attempt and tampering of Sayori's heating system. We already know that he's the reason for the witch hunters. Why only suspect? I told you that we heard him outside the window when the fire started. Witnesses just saw a figure dressed in black clothes. We don't have any solid evidence for that yet. Not to speak out of line, but the school has CCTV outside, which covers all areas. And I was using Natsuki's phone to record audio from outside because never know when you might need evidence.
So, we may have enough to clarify that it's him, right? Not to mention his past convictions of assault.
By the time we offered our evidence and verified our stories, there is a solid case built against Itami. It takes several hours to process everything, but it isn't long before the news comes and he's been arrested. Detective Faye comes to give us all the full story when we're back in school. Thank you for your cooperation. We obtained a full confession and Itami's been arrested. He'll stand trial later in the week. Wow, that's fast. Would you like to hear his statement? Natsuki?
Yes, I can handle it.
When questioned, he said, "Since my daughter started attending the literature club with those girls, she changed. Started showing an interest in boys, wanting to go out rather than stay at home. Right. I had to erase them all. Natsuki's friends disappeared. She'd only be able to devote herself to me. That's the way it should be."
He's insane. He may be insane, but he's still my dad. I won't be taken into care or anything, will I?
You're old enough to live by yourself.
That's a relief.
My offer remains. You can stay with me for as long as you need to. I imagine it'll be lonely in the house on your own.
Thank you.
Natsuki slips behind me, pulls me into a warm snuggle. I wrap my arms around her. Yep, see? Natsuki confirmed. Detective Faye leaves, and I walk to the front of the classroom. Well, the last few days have been chaotic, but we got through it, and came out the other side stronger than ever. Okay, everyone!
clap my hands to draw their attention, and all 4 club members look up at me. I just want you to know I'm so proud of you. You're all brave and strong, and I'm so glad that I didn't lose you because you mean the world to me. I know that things have been stressful recently, but we're still alive and still together. And I'll always do my best to protect you. No matter what.
Ooh. Holy cow! What an amazing mod. I'm blown away. Also, why can't I make a new game? What happened? Should I? Okay, so it's just a 1. Why can't I make a new game?
Oh, Fluffy!
I'm confused. It always does. Oh no! How weird. Well, pretty obviously no other endings, right? There's nothing else we can do. What an amazing mod. Like, oh my god. Fluffy. Why are you so awesome? Gosh, alright. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this stream. It has been an absolute joy getting to share this experience with everyone, and what an experience it was. Special thank you to FluffyDev for this amazingness. Not a surprise though, because Fluffy, you really are awesome. If you liked what you saw today, please do not hesitate to hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell, because I tell you what, this was so much fun. I'm gonna be in a hurry to do it again. Next, I think the next mod is going to be Behind Closed Doors, Fluffy's previous work, and we're gonna have a blast with that one. We might interject some shorter mods here and there as it goes. It really just kind of depends on schedules and everything, but again, this has been just the most wonderful fun I have had in a very, very, very long time, and I can't wait to share another fun experience with you guys. Think that's gonna do it for our very, very first YouTube video, and you guys see you on the next video.